Analysts are going to be standing in. Gods, what exactly is Complexity doing?
I mean, it's Moon Timbersaw, of course.
Safe lane, of course it is. Absolutely. we're doing this totally off of the top of the head.
Maybe he's OD. We saw it earlier today when LGD were taking on Faceless. If he gets a little bit of a support and he's got no Gamaji on his team, he's just going to get out of control.
Oh dear, Jizing, he did not expect this one. The Left rank actually wraps around and has level 1 Edict, so it's not even like he can do a whole lot. Even if BD is a little bit more of a, he wants to be able to sit in mid lane for the most part. And we've got a Slark at the bottom lane.
Bottom lane going in.
Dust goes out. Monkey's in some serious trouble. He does have a TP, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to have the chance to use it. Telekinesis goes off, and they easily have the damage to finish him off. Space. They thought they were going to be able to get a clean initiation there, but it doesn't quite turn out that way. Another dusted bottom lane. Monkey's Forever is going to be caught. The pounce latching onto him, and again, Monkey's is left in a situation where he is done for, and he knows it. Tries to juke into the trees, easily secured by XC's Ogre. He's just been kind of babysitting, maybe. They know he's the big farmer. The Slark is obviously not threatened by a bounty hunter ever, right? So they just want to make sure this other core does all right for himself.
A bit of pressure coming in. They actually go on to cancel here. He's made a bit of a overstep going for that bit of pressure, and maybe he's gonna come back in. Doesn't get
game plan for both teams, right? Complexity very clearly need to be the aggressors at 15 minutes. Monkeys, almost going down to the last bit of dark pack damage. Actually still searching for him to TP out, and he will be able to find that kill. Another opportunity.
Pounce on him at the tower and through a dark pack. Plays available for them to actually get pickups.
Oh, move, just so much damage comes out. In a short window of time, he will be able to make the Timber Chain away. And it looks like he might escape. They're going to be able to get one more imprison on him, and just Complexity are not here fast enough. Swindle's going to try and slow things down with the stun eventually, but it just doesn't happen in time. Moo ends up going down, and now Swindle's in a bit of trouble. Victoria is going to be sniped out, canceled, gets a bit of damage on him, but it's not quite enough. Swindles will die instead as Victoria sneaks himself one step ahead of both Cancel as well as Monkeys Forever. They definitely could have used some sort of bounty kill there, but unable to get really anything out of that situation. And even bottom lane, Ami continues to be a threat to anybody who shows up in this lane. Z-Freak thinks, all right, time to get effect here. Oh, top lane tower will not be denied. Our Nyx just not feeling comfortable trying to go forward for that and potentially dying to any initiation from Complexity. Right now, they're really happy with the way the lanes go, as long as they don't give up too many kills. G-Zing will be going down, though. Caught out by an X, a boat torrent combination, and he will end up going down. That's the first track kill of the game for
objectives and get pickoffs using track now.
Moo. He thought maybe he could stand one-on-one against Ame. What he doesn't expect is LGD to bring two more heroes into the lane. Almost gets out a little bit of Timber Chain. A nice play from Victoria. Well-played Chain. Does manage to finish off that Timber Saw and give them the escape away.
LG already kind of back to just playing that farming efficiency game. Slark is working towards the Shadow Blade still, so he's in no big rush to force some fights or get too involved.
Oh, they actually see Z-Freak. He thought he was going to be able to go on to Victoria, but it's the other way around. Victoria and our Nyx assassin pop out, cancel. He's actually going to be able to, nice steal with the trap, though. They're going to be able to slow down cancel quite a bit, even if Victoria gives up his life here. It's well worth it, but imprisonment actually saves him. They're going to come in with the TP, and Moo will be able to get this kill with the Timber Chain, but now he's in trouble. If they actually manage to get a stun on him, the OD will rip him apart. Oh, the Timber Chain! He has to turn around, throws out some damage, but he dies so easily. The pure damage coming out from
the wall as a team. They're backing each other up. Victoria even getting in deep there to get the kill gets banished. If not for Moo showing up, he would have been saved by that Astral. So all around great play from LGD.
And they still managed to get Moo towards the end as well, which is obviously a really big kill. He's easily the highest net worth on his team. That's not saying much. He's just barely breaking the 5K marker. Bottom lane, they do manage to get themselves a track kill onto the Nyx when they go for these 5-man pushes.
It's so hard to play as a sniper now that the Shadow Blade's up. Army will walk right past the sentry, but it doesn't matter.
Z-Freak, the big team fighter support will be taken out first. That is not a good sign for Complexity as they try and fight around their tier 2. Ame will be able to escape here. Takes the track off of himself. It's going to be Victoria who's spotted out instead by Complexity. They try and gets a lot of valuable information for his team as they try and set up with this smoke, but they really didn't bring enough heroes. That's going to be Swindles easily going down. I think they thought maybe we'd be able to run in and find just a one pig off in the jungle, but LGD actually far hoping for. Z-Freak, half a second away from being able to TP out. Maybe catches him, imprisons him, and with some backup coming in, maybe doesn't even need it. Gets all the right clicks. And Complexity may still be in trouble in the mid lane too. Ame's going to be leading the charge here. Swindle sees him coming, tries to get off as much as he can, but Ame just popped the ultimate. He may be stuck underneath his Chakram. Move does get the counter kill. Victoria manages to steal Chakram, and a nice stun coming out from Jing Thing, and they manage to actually push back some of these Cole members, but those do lose Victoria. Meanwhile, the top lane, those two other heroes, they didn't actually try and rotate into the mid lane to help out the rest of LGD. Instead, they take that tier 2 tower. A nice objective to play.
There's a ambitious, a bit of greed coming.
That award is there. If they only had a hero to be able to spot Monkeys' rotation, he's actually staying one step ahead of them. In fact, he's in a corner where the sentry won't be able to see him in just this corner. The arcane boots and now reveals himself. Nyx Assassin will be able to catch him, and this will be the death of the Monkeys. None of his team trying to come forward to save him. They get the X. They get the X on a Chakram and a Timber Chain out, just playing alongside the trees and the cliffs. LGD can't play the same game that he can.
Yeah, that's not a core that Ame really wants to chase too hard into, given his damage potential, but Moo's still being saved.
They get a double stun here. Ame's positioning himself to maybe get enough damage. Moo has a Timber Chain, but he can't get out. The Spike Carapace holds him in place. He tried to hold onto him. Z-Freak tries to hide himself in the trees. TP's out, is successful. So that might be a bit of a win unless Cancel goes down to mid lane. Oh, the damage is too much. Ame is still able to get that kill. Just the high levels there is enough for him to be able to beat down the sniper before the TP can complete. Without the sniper now, maybe LGD
can, of course, walking into the Chakram, and then you can close that gap. So getting even near this is absolutely impossible for Complexity, it seems.
Yeah, they seem to have no real rage clear. In fact, they're going to be able to get the initiation on him. Move, just almost gets popped. Dual Scepter goes down, but he's going to come back down just to a simple right click of maybe, and he'll still end up dying. Monkeys forever caught the backside, but Bounty Hunter kill. That's not really much to talk about. It's the two cores that died in the beginning. That's the important thing. LG, with that initiation, easily win the team fight, clean up whatever they can to claim a tier 2 on top of everything else and stream ahead in this game 1.
Yeah, they're ready to break through this high ground, at least try and take a tier 3 tower off of this. The respawn time is still fairly short, and
again, Victoria, just with the Blink Dagger, finds these openings. He gets the last remaining hero of Complexity, and LGD seemingly in a position to take this tier 3 and maybe even force the fight around the racks.
Yeah, they're pretty good to continue fighting. They've used the Sanities, which is the main big ultimate, their main big ultimate on their team, but the farm and item advantage so much, there's nothing Complexity can do.
And they know too, just these heroes, this was a very momentum-based lineup right on Complexity. They had a 4 Bounty Hunter. You need to be able to build up those track kills, and it just didn't happen. They lost the lanes too hard, too early, and without any real early semblance of farm, those heroes just looked impotent.
Yeah, I think you can, the idea makes sense, because I look back at like some of those EG games where their success was these really high kill games. There was tons of fighting going on. Like some of the kill scores, they're getting like a kill a minute in some of those games. So that's where they're like, man, how good would the Bounty Hunter be in like, these kind of games? That's where we succeed, is when we've got Cancel fighting, being aggressive.
This train that we're on now, remember I told you it was a nice relaxing train? Now this train is out of control.
Yeah, okay.
We're flying down canyons, we're going around valleys.
Rotating around the map, if they can delay this Jakiro and his ability to take that tier 1 a bit longer, maybe he won't have impact in those other lanes. They're going to try and catch Swindle's heal. They do manage to get a burrow strike and a little bit of damage. Maybe they can actually chase him down. They do have both Moo and Z-Freak here. Zanking actually goes for the burrow strike, does manage to pick up the kill, and he's going to just try and keep himself away right in front of Z-Freak, so that won't work out. He easily gets hooked up and will end up going down. Cancel is actually going to be one to take that last hit. He's going to be very happy with it, especially if he can claim both of these kills, as he will double kill to Cancel, will make his net worth rise quite significantly.
Yeah, that's ultimately what first blood, but 2 kills for the OD in return. At least a slightly favorable Complexity win there. They were having a rough laning stage again. It seems to be a recurring theme for, well, Complexity. They were doing bad in laning stage against G, and also for LGD, they seem to always dominate their laning stages.
All right, maybe you've got the imprisonment, managed to steal that one. He's already been hit by the fire blast, but a hook comes in the last second. Z-Freak will instantly die to the Fade Bolt, but this easily gets the opportunity for Cancel to clean up the kill.
He's got
well
a range
worth the sacrifice. He won't die immediately.
Okay.
Maybe that fire blast wasn't there,
But Disruption goes on cooldown. That's actually go time for Complexity, if they can catch the real Luna now. Tell which one it is by the colors.
Oh, he actually hooked straight onto the range creep, will put him in range for Ame to be able to get him inside the cogs, allowing the rest of his team to be able to TP in, follow this one up, and to get the hook on to Victoria. That's going to be a nice 2-for once again. Complexity moving this OD around to great success as his team kind of sets up all these fights for him to clean up kills.
That was really nicely played there, and at level 5 Jakiro, we're going to be taking that sooner rather than later.
Ame in some serious trouble. He's trying to get ahead of this battery assault, putting himself through the creep wave, trying to dodge some of it, juke it out, but it's not going to happen. Instead, he stops, turns, and fights, but his ultimate doesn't even land on any of the heroes of Complexity. Full creep wave gets cleaned out. Imprison actually stolen by Maybe, but he's in some trouble, and maybe it's actually the tanking. Oh no! The hook actually snags the creep, and it's going to be Monkeys Forever, who goes down to the enemy offlaner. Cancel turns around, manages to catch Maybe, slowing him down. Cancel knows that he might need to fight this one out. He actually managed to burn the mana out. No more Burrow Strike, especially with the Sand King being able to pick up fast a very fast Blink Dagger at this rate. He's got 2,100 gold already. They should be able to start 5 manning by the 10-minute mark, but Ame's going to be caught out once again. We said Complexity have to set the tempo here, and they're doing it time and time again. Ame almost goes down. The disruption is there, and Complexity may not be able to follow this one up, especially with the stolen imprisonment. He's disappearing to Luna. Luna is going to be able to survive, and it'll be Monkeys Forever who dies instead. In the attempted gank, they force all the members of LGD into this mid lane, able to hold on to at all times. He clears a creep wave nice and early, gets a huge chunk of damage on that mid tower because of how quickly he pushes out that wave.
I mean, you know Complexity aren't going to be giving you that 5v5 teamfight to use another hook.
Nice snatch there. They will be able to, thanks to that ward behind the tower, catch Victoria, but Monkeys Forever is once again very deep, and there is really no saving grace. It looks like Z-Freak is instead going to go for Victoria. He does manage to clean up the kill, and Monkeys just one right click or a Burrow Strike or even a Diabolic Edict to be able to finish them off. Caustic Finale, rather. So they trade 1-for-1 once again. But they are
normally you want to be seeing team fights happening, but the way it's working is it's a pick-off kind of game so far. So you're picked off to be a Z-Freak kill here. I mean, ideally you're playing Rubik as a core. You want to be seeing lots of kind of fights going on, lots of little skirmishes, but
Smoke does reveal Monkeys Forever. They're going to be able to, they saw that ward place too. So Monkeys Forever is going to be right here for the imprisonment. It goes down onto Monkeys, dodging all that epicenter damage. Monkeys going to come back decently healthy and has the hook shot ready to go. Stalling up the Sand King, but the disruption comes in first, and the saving grace is there from LGD, but a nice snag from Z-Freak. Grabs the core, maybe Rubik. He's going to be stalled up. No, the Ice Path doesn't reach. They're going to be able to hold maybe that whole entire time, get the kill. Again, trading a core for core. Monkeys being the sacrificial lamb here to be able to ensure a kill onto LGD. Complexity are really showing off with this Z-Freak clutch.
Yeah, they're coming in and just fighting so effectively around each other. The coordination with the hooks, with the setups from Monkeys have been really on point throughout this game, and while their early game lane stage didn't go spectacularly, they are such a good team when it comes to these pickoffs.
Oh, he grabbed another one. XD behind the tower was trying to pull the creep wave off of it. That Ice Path will not save you from cancel within minutes, and they still have that offlane tower.
Yep.
They've been aggressive, they've found the pickoffs, they've kept Ame down. It seems like both the objectives of LGD are being stifled by Complexity's movement. Jump in, Juggernaut is going to be targeted Burrow Strike and an early Luna ultimate to get the chain stun, bring the Juggernaut down.
Complexity's draft. I want to force this down bottom. They know Luna has no ultimate, and they see this as a time for themselves to shine. These heroes down bottom.
Epicenter being charged up. G-Snake will come in with a 2-man Burrow Strike right in the middle of all these heroes. The Epicenter does a decent amount of damage, but there's just not enough follow-up from LGD without their Luna. They can't finish off any of these heroes, and now it's Complexity's turn to strike back as Monkeys Forever managed to land the hook shot. G-Snake managed to get into the trees with a Burrow Strike, but he's still going to be
way to start a fight against Sand King Jakiro.
You already see them attempting the initiation. They do manage to grab Swindles, and despite the pullback there of the meat hook, it actually grabbed the Sand King instead of the Ogre. Sand King steps himself in front of that to make sure they do manage to get the pick up.
That gets you Roshan. The second one to win a fight, that gets you a lane in Brax. And then by the third or fourth BKB, you want to be very clearly ahead.
Fight around the smokes, you said. Complexity are doing just that. They found a pick off, it looks like, on Victoria. And the hook onto Maybe before Snap immediately goes down as Maybe tries to get himself out of here. A nice 2-man Burrow Strike, and Maybe's trying to escape with the magic immunity of the spin, but it's just not good enough. Monkeys Forever is sitting duck until Cancel will bail him out with an imprisonment here. The damage over time may still be too much. And yes, the nuke comes out from Ame that will be able to get that kill, but Cancel driving all the way to the tier 2s. He says, damn the tier 2, I'm going to go win. We've already taken out Maybe. We'll make
start things off. He's got the 8th lens, but it's not on his here. It's back at base.
Didn't even need the rocket. They had the word already in place. XD seems to be a simple pick-off. Maybe he's trying to get there with the imprisonment, but he's not there fast enough. Maybe if he catches Monkeys, they can actually get a turnaround kill, but it's just not the case, it looks like. Blink forward by G-Zing. They're actually can make so much, but yeah, Bloodlust, Monkeys Forever is out of there, doesn't actually die.
Trying to really pull ahead. Oh, he's got a full BKB. There we go. Now you're not scared of the team fight of LGD.
Yeah, certainly not, especially with that Aegis still in hand. He managed to get the imprisonment. They're trying to set up, look to defend the Luna and to attack. Complexity try and go for the Luna, but meanwhile, Moo's already found GC. They managed to push back the Initiator, which means Complexity can go ahead and focus on Ame, but Ame may be too big. They managed to take out the OD away from that Aegis and Moo. He's going to be caught in a cancel. Oh no, this is disastrous. The macro fire burning away Complexity the whole entire time, and now Swindles is just the cherry on top of everything else. They win the team fight against the Aegis and claim 4 kills without losing Ame.
OD just melted in his BKB there. Doesn't really bouncing glaives onto the OD, and LGD finally gets the team fight they were looking for, and it's Complexity who kind of ran into it.
Another initiation. Mehook is on cooldown. Monkeys Forever does not have a way out of this one. Or staff up, but the damage over time is too much.
With these tier 2 towers, one disastrous fight could be very devastating for them.
All these heroes off map, and they know Complexity trying to stage themselves to catch this smoke, but maybe they are still going to be in some trouble. The telekinesis goes down. Mehook as well cancels the first one to the target. He's going to be Omni Slash as well. He ends up going down nice and quick, and now we have the Luna streaming forward. With that ultimate, the rest of Complexity have to back away from that fight. No opportunity for payback. They lose Swindles on top of everything else, and sure enough, LGD, they've definitely hit their timing now.
Yeah, that was brutal for Cancel. Complexity kind of initially had the vision advantage and he threw an Astral, but then he got chain stunned. He couldn't get out of the ice path, then he got lifted, then he got Sanking Burrow Strike. It was just perfect execution from LGD to start things off there, and without the OD, there's no hope for Complexity to take on LGD. He's even got another Omni Slash in 30 seconds. The Aghanim upgrade, that is absolutely...
Nice quick spin there from Moo. Will manage to dodge that attempted initiation from Sanking. The hook shot actually goes in. Whoa, they already TP'd out with the Juggernaut. I don't think they're going to be able to win this fight as G-Freak tries to hit the hook, but won't be able to finish off Victoria. Now King's going to be just up in Epicenter. All the hopes towards a deny from a suicide, but not even that's going to happen. LGD, all of a sudden, they're just gifted not just that tier 2 tower, which was there via forfeit, but they're even granted 2 kills from Complexity as they attempt to fight in a situation that was very not beneficial for Cole, that's for sure.
Now the illusion battles begin.
Oh, now it's just snowballing against them. They don't have their full 5 up. Their tier 3 towers down. Cancel gets picked off, and LGD, they went from hitting their timing to ending this game within 2 minutes. They're going to go straight for the tier 4s, because why the hell not? 45 seconds, you've got a Luna with the disruption behind him. The illusions are just going to rip these towers apart, and Complexity are going to be forced into another 4 versus 5 as soon as the pudge is up and their throne is completely exposed. It's not looking good for the boys of Cole. They're going to try and come forward, hit their double hooks, and somehow disrupt this combination. LGD playing a game against them, trying to dance away from this initiation. Hookshot goes down, managed to catch Ame a little bit, but now the disruption, and oh, Jesus, Monkeys, the physical damage, too much man to handle. The pullback there of G-Freak on a V-hook from maybe, but it's not enough. They lose in the end as their throne is easily going to be victim of LGD's onslaught of pushing power. Game number 2, easily cleaned up by LGD in the end.
Yeah, it's one of those games where you talk about drafts and like you talk about ease of execution, which kind of goes down to like how much room for error is there. Complexity's 0 room for error. One lost big team fight, and you're reversing a team that has a huge team fight advantage as far as their draft goes. You lose the game. Shadow Demon Luna with Jakiro, the amount of sheer push